and away come the Generals now, 3-on-2. Buckley with Sanavori. Back to Buckley. Lies in the slot. Cross ice feed. Set right into the cage. And that's a goal for Owen Griffin and a 2-0 Oshawa General lead.
Owen Griffin had all the time in the world. Nobody even in the same area code with him, standing right on the doorstep.
Callum Ritchie, no doubt, would be fronting this power play unit. Morelli shot tipped in front. They score. Buckley might have gone off a Kingston Frontenac as they're celebrating with Morelli, and he will in fact lead the charge to the bench.
As Buckley waves the puck back to the blue line, Bedkowski snaps it wide of goal. Laurie Sinavari keeping it low. Griffin out front for Buckley. They score. And this top line for the Oshawa Generals that was in flight last night continues on here as Buckley on the doorstep will collect. And all three members of the line contribute. Buckley from Griffin and Sinavari, 1-0.
Well, building off the offensive momentum of that last shift for the Generals, they capitalize here. Face-off win. And just good cycle game here. And eventually Buckley's going to be out front and just right on and off that.
Not enough. Morelli again. Sinavari. Down for Torrance. In front. Another chance. They score.
General still control here off the face-off on this power play. D'Amato. Griffin gets it in front, scores! Nice little set play out in front of the net, and Tyler Graham has the goal on the redirection.
Cuts the advantage to 1 goal as puck is corralled there, then gets it back to D'Amato. D'Amato feeds it at the right circle, and there's Graham right there.
And here's Owen Griffin to push the pace. Griffin's off to a great start this season as he receives the pass in front, deflects it, he scores. Oh boy, you talk about it and there it is. Griffin's got his 2nd goal of the season, a power play tally, and the Generals are on the board. 8:03 to go in the second.
Griffin in front of the goal will get a chance to clear. Torrance back in the lineup. It's a 2-on-1 now. Seneca on the left side. Tosses it over there. Seneca gets his first. And the Generals open the scoring and he snaps the streak.
Inside drop past Torrance and it was deflected as Zada got in the way. 44 in the Oshawa power play. Morelli sets it up. Seneca back to Morelli. Faking Seneca. One-timer scores! If at first you don't succeed, try again.
That's Rogowski. That's Buckley. And there's D'Amato. Griffin waits, looking for a tip. Got to the goal line and in. Not sure who's going to get credit for that one. I think they're going to say it is the goal for Brady Smith.
I don't know if the original one would have counted because the skate.
Bump from Buckley. And away comes Danford for Ritchie. Ritchie trying to center it. Scores! Owen.
Away. Seneca fires and getting a shoulder on it was Hildebrandt. Barlow back behind the net for Griffin. Griffin, there's a shot. Morelli, and he hammers that one home. What a blast from Luca Morelli. And
about Oshawa's ability for their blue liners to pop.
Morelli carries into the neutral zone. Drop back for Griffin, who gets it back from Barlow. Griffin across for Buckley, looking in front. Barlow backhander scores!
Gets on the right side of the puck, picked off by the Generals, left alone there. Here's a chance for Oshawa, back to the blue line. Morelli waits, shoots it, drive for the tip, another chance, front of the net, center pass, shot, scores! That's the Oshawa Generals, Graham, I believe, in that high slot, and it's tied.
Chasing down a puck and will dump it into the North Bay end. Comes right out of the middle, straight rebound, they score! First goal and first career OHL goal for Harrison Franson. Little Delane, rip it out to Torrance at center. Torrance trying to break through, gives to Griffin, scores! The setup from Torrance, the finish from Griffin, a beauty. It's 1-0 Oshawa.
To center, Owen Griffin has some speed. He'll pick up in the offensive zone. Cross ice, Buckley turned aside. Griffin couldn't get it on net. Loose puck, he scores! Back to the point for D'Amato. Danford up top far side, down low for Griffin. Back to Danford. He goes down low. Smith tipped it on. He scores!
Shell shocking of these Oshawa Generals against Kingston. I think it was an 8-5 final. Barlow puts it in tight. They score. Griffith puts it home. He scored the game winner in their most recent contest and gets the Generals on the board early on here.
Well, Griffith does a great job slipping in behind the D and
coming out of the box. Seneca controls. Dishes for D'Amato. Rebound. They score. Griffith gets on that loose puck and puts it right over Betts, and it's a 3-1 Oshawa lead.
Well, just not able to tie him up.
30 seconds remain in the man advantage as Matt Buckley gets it across to Noah Powell, drops it off for Griffin. Griffin for Buckley, one-timer, scores! Been a long time coming for Matthew Buckley. He's been money on that spot on the power play in the past and cashes in for the Generals. Sixth man advantage. Griffin slicing into the zone. Griffin looks across, they score! Finally, the Generals convert. It's Laurie Sinavari on this.
Kelly bouncing puck taken by Ritchie over the Ottawa line. Shot stopped there by McKenzie. The rebound. They score! Owen Griffin stayed with it, and the Generals lead it 2-0. Into the skates of Griffin over the Ottawa line to the line. Danford gets some space. Danford tried to jam that all the way across. Blasting through that one, looking for Barlow. Barlow scores! Off Sinavari in front. I'm not sure, but
they'll be without Tyler O'Toole the rest of the night, however. Powell. Griffin's shot and scores. Does it hit Danford on the way in? I think it does. Back to the point to Gibson. Cross ice to Griffin. Griffin, cross ice once again. Sinavari scores! What a shot! Top shelf puck movement is pristine for the Gens, and they reestablish a 2-goal lead.
To go on the power play. Bottom of the right circle, working its way up. Toms will take it. Erie 2 for 2 on the PK. Back of the blue line, through traffic, they score! Other side of the man advantage, the Generals find the back of the net, and we are knotted up in a 1-1 game.
Throw the puck at the net, good things happen. Owen.
He fanned on it, that gives Griffin a chance to skate away. D'Amato will join him. Griffin walking in, 2-on-1. Griffin delays, and a blocker save made. Rebound, they score!
It on. Rotz end boards. He gets tied up out front. Griffin's there and scores. 37.1 left in the opening frame, and Owen Griffin catches in the slot and releases. It's 1-1.
Yeah, this puck was on Owen Griffin's stick for milliseconds here. The real quick release as he gets this puck from in behind the net. And right there over the shoulder of...
Stretch pass for Ritchie. 2-on-1 now if the Gens hurry. Owen Griffin back to Ritchie. Back to Griffin. What a save. No, it's in. Beautiful goal. Almost a highlight reel save, but it gets across the line, and it's the Gens now who strike shorthanded.
From Leskovar, but big Brooks Rogowski still on the puck here for the Generals. Rogowski moving in across, and they score. It's Owen Griffin, who's got goals in 5 straight games. The Generals are up 2-0.
Goals in 5 straight games and 6 goals.
Powell to Morelli. And back to Powell. The return to Morelli. Barlow in front, they score. Griffin in the bumper. He's got his second, and it's 3-0 Generals.
And this guy, Owen Griffin, is red hot right now. That pass into the middle of the ice, like you said.
Attempted getting outside their own zone, but Griffin has it now. Across the Ottawa line. Griffin goes between the legs, sends it back to the point, shot right on, they score! Luke Torrance cleans up the mess out front. We're tied at 1.
More pressure from the Gens. Looked in front with a tip from Griffin. Loose puck still. They find it and score! And it's the Gens who win the draw. Sinavori for Sandu. Leaves for Griffin. Whips it across. Quick shot in front. They score! Final game in the Ontario Hockey League, and what a thorn he has been for the Generals and Gens fans throughout his career. First with the Ottawa 67s as Griffin scoots and scores! Loose puck for Owen Griffin. I think this deflects off the skate of Matejacek in front. No chance for Bowen. It's 2 to tee it up. Goaltender went down. They score! And D'Amato will skate away with it. He's got Griffin. Griffin for the hat trick, scores! He rips it wide. Harding back for it, knocked over. Griffin trying to center it. Simon Wegg scores! Here's Ritchie for Griffin. Settles it down for Barlow, back for Griffin. Sweeps at it down low, finds Ritchie. Ritchie waits, Griffin shoots, scores!
Zach Bodenstein, Brendan Lang, Mike Karafalides. Barlow off the draw, they score! Owen, face-off is a scrambled one, and it's controlled by the Generals. Then Van Volsen was taken down, but no penalty. Seneca on it, and he sends it wide. Griffin scores! Generals have their first lead of Game 3. Held in by Morelli now, across, and Ivan Kovic stops it. Seneca, Barlow, saved by Jack Ivan Kovic. Loose puck in the crease, where is it? They score! Generals score on the power play, and it's Cal Ritchie to make it 5-3. So no penalty as Zabeski lost his helmet and goes straight to the bench. Meantime, in front, Griffin scores! Wow. Hat trick, Owen Griffin, it's 6-3. Zabeski dumped, back the other way. Griffin intercepting. Von Richter laid a body into him. Colby Barlow now down the right side. In front, and they score! 6-on-5. Steelheads all the chips on the table now. And Griffin with an empty net scores. So they pull the goaltender as this.
Griffin, Ritchie, and Buckley's got it. Remember, no Beckett Seneca in this game. Day to day. Upper body injury. Here's Barlow. Pulls back the one-timer. Morelli scores!
D to Leskovar couldn't get a clean handle of the puck. Now here's Colby. Barlow scores! Another turnover in the defensive zone, and Barlow scores a late first period goal to open the scoring.
And you know, if you keep giving this Generals offense chance after chance, they're going to be able to convert it.
And then Leskovar driven into the boards there by Griffin. Morelli holds it in, top of the right point. Here's Luca Morelli. In with a shot, they score! Owen Griffin tips it in, and it's 3-0.
And right there again, it's another shot from distance with bodies in front of the net, and it's Owen Griffin.
Issa backpedals, Rakoff blocked by Griffin, and Owen Griffin is going to ice this series into the empty net. And for a third straight season, the Steelheads are going to go out.
Around the back. Puck on the Barlow, one-timer. Save, rebound. They score. It's Owen Griffin who continues his. Seneca trying to break away with Griffin. Brown's the man, chugging back. Seneca holds up. Late man's Morelli. Tie game. Luca Morelli, the trailer. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, Bulldogs got caught a little bit there on that one as it was Brown and Thomas back.
D'Amato's 5th assist of the playoffs. As Lucas Moore trying to navigate up and out, wouldn't get out. Seneca, drive, played middle, turned. It came right back to him. Backside, Griffin scores. A scramble in the defensive zone. It's a one-goal game with 12:37 to go.
Well, back-to-back goals where the Bulldogs just fail to be secure at the puck in their own zone. And it ends up with the puck behind David Egoroff.
As Van Acker steps back on, and Griffin gets it across the line, cuts to the middle, drops it off for Luca D'Amato. Across the crease, in front, Powell scores! Great pressure by the Generals. They get the matchup they want. Noah. And back the other way, Barlow. DiPlacido goes down. Barlow centers it for Griffin. Griffin looks back to the point. D'Amato, room to walk in. And then played by Barlow down the ice. Powell's going to win this race, though, to negate the icing. Spills down Budnick, who goes down hard. Griffin scores! Morelli tries to pin it. A crowd of almost 5,000 on an Easter Sunday want to bring the Generals to the third round. And they get it out to center. It's all Generals there. Griffin will get there first. Will he be able to come out with it? Yes!
Save the day. Seneca puts it across to Griffin. Toe drag shot off the post. Oh my goodness, chances at both ends. That one ahead, Franz, and after it, but we're getting a buzzer. I'm going to say it's a goal for the Oshawa Generals. They're going to look at it. I believe that Owen Griffin shot may have actually gone into the back of the net.
Watch here, the Generals going to step up over, and here's the quick snapper by Griffin.
Puck hit the back bar, and they are saying that crossed the line. So it's a good goal. The Oshawa Generals up 1-0. As you'll see there. Back to Morelli. Near side, Barlow decides to pass it. Griffin, shot, scores! Luca Morelli in the slot.
Morelli going to get this one down low to Barlow in front, and then
Aitchison, though, gives it away. Here's Griffin back the other way, 3-on-2. Owen Griffin, cross for Powell. Powell, the shot, scores! Turns away from Hemming. Ritchie down low, leaves for Seneca. Switches with Morelli. Beckett, Seneca, high slot. Down for Barlow. In front, they score! The broken stick of Bodwin. Here's Morelli. In front, Powell scores! He gets knocked down. General streaking ahead. Here's Griffin. Breakaway chance. Bertucci getting back. Griffin trying to big that back, and it scores! Bryce anyway.
Nice.
Here's a steal by Griffin. Scores!
Griffin works it over to the far side. D'Amato and Barlow. As D'Amato, the shot, not stopped. Wolf in front. They score! Callum Ritchie on the doorstep puts the rebound home. And it's a power play goal for the Oshawa Generals to open up the goal scoring tonight.
Callum Ritchie, who had the game winner in game one, a power.
Keeping there for Morelli. Back and forth with Barlow. Morelli shot, he scored! Morelli with the point shot. Took a tip in front. And Owen Griffin has Oshawa on the board. And going around by Cowan. Well, Ritchie on front. Here's Griffin back to Ritchie. Back and forth with Seneca. Ritchie stepping in for Seneca. Side of the net.